Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So glad to have you here. It's that time of the month again where we look at the Shitty Car Mods subreddit. I think you know the drill by now, but if you don't, there are a whole bunch of other Shitty Car Mods videos you can go back and watch in the playlist in the description. Shameless self-promotion. Anyway, let's get started with also this advertisement right here. Good God. Hey, they know how to get your attention, so I guess that's a plus for them. In true Reddit fashion, please send nudes on the spoiler. Wait a minute. Yo, this is in LA. More specifically, this is on the 101 headed, I think we're headed south here, right around Woodland Hills area. No, more like Reseda. Well, obviously Reseda because that right there. Wow, okay, I could see this one in the wild. There's a possibility. I need to keep my eyes peeled. I don't know if this person is local or not. Wow, I feel like this is actually the first time that I've ever recognized the location of an image being taken on this subreddit. This thing is lurking around. I could see it. At any time, I've got to have my eyes peeled. It's pretty great. Meanwhile, in Russia, hello, I am pirate. You need to look out for me in my special vehicle. Also, is that thing parked on the side of the road or is it driving? I can't really tell because if it's parked, it's not a very good parking job. I feel like it might be a little over 18 inches from the curb, or maybe it's a really tiny car and the scale is all off. I feel like you're a little bit in the road there. You might get sideswiped. Also, maybe that's the goal. Maybe it's like, well, no, it is good to get sideswiped because it adds to design a vehicle, and the more sideswipes I have, the more two-tone paint job that I will get, and it will make me even more intimidating pirate. So please sideswipe vehicle. Every stripe that I get from that adds at least 10 horsepower per stripe. By the end of this parking job, I will have 1,000 horsepower engine. Speaking of powerful engines, did you know, totally different topic, but Koenigsegg with the Agera RS, they just broke the speed record. Average speed in both directions, 277 miles per hour, which is 450 something kilometers an hour. Wild. My goodness. And they hit on one direction up to like 284 miles an hour. That's a not shitty car mod though. That's just dope. It's just a flesh wound. 'Tis but a scratch. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't really care too much about your car, as long as it still runs, why bother to spend all the money to get it fixed, you know? That was my mentality on my first car. I got in one car-on-car accident. It's the only car-on-car accident I've ever been in my entire life. It was about 6 months after I got my license. And I feel like I've described this in a video before, but it was a while ago. So I basically was turning out of a parallel parking spot. I waited for this truck to pass, and I thought the truck had passed. I was looking back over my shoulder. Turns out the truck had slowed down as it was passing me, and so I turn out, and the bumper, it was a real, I'm not talking like pickup truck like this, I'm talking real big truck. It had a bumper hanging down off of it, and that clipped the top of my hood. Shows you how tall it was. The bottom of the bumper clipped the top of my hood. No damage to the truck, so no issue there, but it bent a little section of the hood, the outside of the hood, over the hood, so that I couldn't actually open up the hood if I needed to. But I was like, why bother to spend money fixing it? It's old. Doesn't really matter, the car still runs. So my mom's car, a little bit later, was in the shop getting fixed for something. I was like, hey, maybe we could do something about the fact that I can't open my hood. Dude comes out from the inside with this, it's like this long, kind of looks like a monkey wrench, but it has a weight on it and a hook on the other side. You throw the weight back and it basically just yanks the whole thing. And so he just did that a few times, pulled the bent part from off of the hood. I could open my hood again. It was still ugly, but it was like, there's but the scratch. Why to bother with fixing it? It does not matter. Car is old. I do not need to spend money on fixing it, you know? That was a long digression, but that's not a shitty car mod. That's just, you realize, why bother? May I introduce you to the Enzo's second cousin, Bozo. That straight up looks like a Lego vehicle. That's something you would find in a Lego box that you would put on your Lego racetrack set. And also, is that a tricycle? It doesn't look like it has two wheels in the back. It's like a Polaris slingshot that they just were like, you know what, let's put stuff on it. Let's kind of put an Enzo body kit and let's make the cockpit inside. And also, it looks like this piece is just going to fly off here at any given moment as they're driving down the road. Small little safety hazard there, which reminds me of like a few days ago, I see this truck driving down the road to my house, and it says on the back of the truck it's like a truck that carries dirt or gravel for a construction site. It says, "Stay back, not our fault if you get damaged from things coming off the truck." And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not how liability works. Fairly certain you can't just say, "It's not our fault if something happens." Yeah, well, it's not my fault if, you're standing close to me and my fist just happens to hit you in the face. Like, I warned you in advance. I have a sign on me that says, "Stand too close, fist might randomly hit you." It's not my fault if that happens, though. Like, I warned you. So, yeah, Anyway, I don't know if the part will actually fly off, but it doesn't seem particularly secure. I actually just want to know if that's actually a Polaris slingshot or not. But the world may never know. Jesus, why? Lol. I like the lol part. Making sure that you know to laugh out loud when you see this. Lol indeed. Very much. Oh God. Why would you do that though? That wheel is just way too big for this car. I also want to see a side profile view, but I'm assuming this is a donk. It must be. That wheel is way too big. Also, the spoiler doesn't match the color of the car. Like, did you try to match? Because it's kind of close, but it doesn't? Or you like, guys, just take a quick mental note of what my vehicle looks like. I'm going to go now, though. I'm not going to leave it here. If you guys don't mind, just mental note, paint the spoiler that. I'll be back once it's painted and we can put it on. Oh, it doesn't really match. Damn. Well, it's cool. I don't have time to wait for you to repaint it, so we'll just slap it on. That's fine, not a big deal. It's cool. Is that what happened there? Also, I left my cursor on, and I'm so sorry for that. I didn't mean to do it. I just wanted to make sure to point out that things were wrong around this area. I wonder if is that like mounted on a bike rack, or is it a specially done thing just for that wheel? Like, hey, Mercedes G-Wagons do it. Let's do it on my Pontiac Solstice. Works real nicely. What happens when someone lets their staff paint their car? Linus Tech Tips has been driving around like this for more than 2 years. I think I saw the video where this was done, but I did not know that it became a permanent thing. Also, has he been driving on donuts for 2 years? Because that's not a good thing to do. You want to actually get... oh, no, it's probably... I don't think he's driving on donuts. He's driving just with no hubcaps on. I guess that's a thing. They actually did a surprisingly good job on it. I mean, you would think that if it was just amateurs painting the vehicle, it would be more uneven. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad job. It looks hideous, but it's at least executed well. So, we got another awful taste but great execution on our hands here. And I'm going to be honest with you, in LA, you would get far more attention in this vehicle than you would in any supercar. That's specifically LA because there are just a million supercars. But this thing, you would get a lot of stares. I bet you. I don't know about photos as much, but you would get a lot of stares, a lot of people going, "Hey, so what's up with your car there? How'd that happen?" And, it's a good conversation starter. And also the green racing stripes. Brilliant. I'm glad that he has embraced this and just kept driving it around. Is this our God? That really is just beyond comprehension. It looks like it's so low to the ground that from this angle, the wheels aren't actually touching. Like, we've taken lowered cars to another level where now it's actually just a hovercraft that slides along the ground. The wheels are actually the things that are floating now, not the bodywork. And it can't go into any driveways. It can't actually do anything really, except for move around on a perfectly flat surface. It can't leave this parking lot. It's stuck here. It'll at least attract a lot of attention while it's there. Also, these spoilers up here add, I'm pretty sure, at least like 200 horsepower piece. They're super spoilers, okay? Like, they're super spoilers because it's the color of Super Saiyan hair. That's what the shade is that this car is painted in. It's called Super Saiyan Gold. And the paint job itself adds like 500 horsepower, or 500 power levels as they call it. And then each spoiler adds like another 200 power levels. And all in all, if the wheels actually ever touch the ground, it would deliver quite a bit of power level to those wheels. Unfortunately, there is no wheel power level horsepower because the wheels don't touch. So it's kind of a bummer. It's a lot of wasted power level, but it is what it is. It's a shitty car / PC mod. Sorry, this is actually like next level. Oh my God. I feel like this could actually, if someone else did this, or if this person tried again and made things not quite as just jammed in there with wires dangling out. It could be executed properly, maybe. I mean, I'm assuming that it works as a computer. It's just not particularly attractive, and looks like it might have some issues long term. I also just love the optical drives just jammed in there. Let me just cut a hole in here and just shove the thing in. Who uses optical drives anymore, though? Let's be honest. But hey, if you remove the optical drives and it was like completely contained within the tire, think of how next level that would be for transporting your computer around. Instead of having to lug the thing around, which computers can be pretty heavy, you just roll it around. You need to move houses? Not a big deal. You just roll your computer up the stairs, down the road, over to the next house. Transportation problem solved. In fact, you think your laptop is underpowered and you want to bring all your files to and from work? Well, introducing the computer unicycle. You mount so basically, you know how BMX bikes, they have that gyroscope that allows the brake cables to still work even though the handlebars are spinning? You do that, but with the unicycle and pedals attached to this thing, and you can take your computer to work. It's like, why are you riding a unicycle to work? Well, I'm not riding unicycle to work. I'm riding my computer to work. So really, I'm next level. That'd be sweet. Black wheels do help in situations like this. I highly recommend it. Black wheels are good. And just added a 40 horsepower. Psh, you kidding? It's way more than 40 horsepower. Shelby, the GT350, how much power are those things outputting? Isn't it like 600 something? I don't know off the top of my head, but pretty sure that's going next level there. Especially because you can still see Mustang embossed underneath the Cobra, so you get them like layering on top of each other in power. Basically, when you add the Cobra sticker on top and it goes on top, but you can still see the Mustang, embossed underneath, it adds the 2 horsepowers of the 2 Mustang cars together. So it's not just 40, it's more like that's from like 900 horsepower or something like that. It's really wild. Ford doesn't want to tell you because then everyone would do this and the cars would just be too powerful. But little known secret. Also, you just have to make sure that there's more of a space between the B and the R, so it just looks like cob raw. Like, yeah, I like my corn on the cob raw, not cooked. I unhusk that thing and I just bite right into it. I like my cob raw. This rusty Lexus, oh boy, wow. Is that a paint job? Is that a wrap? What did you do? It's like a well-executed project. Is it really rusted? Did you actually fully uniformly rust your car? There's no way. I too like to run the risk of getting tetanus every time I get in and out of my car, and also basically seal my fate in the event of a car accident. Yes, I'm just, you know what? Even if I come out without any broken bones or anything, if I'm getting in a car accident, I want to get tetanus. It's just the nature of the beast. Nope, don't need any tetanus vaccines. I'm accepting the risk. Just high stakes driving right here. High stakes getting in and out of my car. Really high stakes to the people who park next to me closely, trying to get, it's like a deterrent to get people to park farther away. You want tetanus? No? Okay, then don't park near me. All right, I don't like door dings. Even though I have this metal rod mounted to the side of my car here. So wouldn't that just be like horribly distracting, having the decals all over the place on the windshield? I think that would just automatically make any accident your fault. Once the police saw that, they'd be like, you have decals on your windshield, sir. Like, it's your fault that this accident happened. Best $3 I ever spent. I'm assuming that, yet again, this is also the car of the person who made the post, the Pimpala. Hey, Nick, why didn't you do this to your Impala back when you had it? I feel like this would have increased the value of it tremendously. Maybe you could have sold it for like a few $100,000 because of that additional P. What an investment. $3 turning into $300,000? Missed opportunity. What can I say? The Pimpala. It's kind of funny though. Poor Lambo at the Stradman. It hurts me in so many ways. It really does. First off, it has a Liberty Walk kit on it. I don't know if it's actually Liberty Walk, but it looks like exactly like a Liberty Walk if it's not. And I know there are a lot of people who really like the Liberty Walk wide body lowered kits. I just can't bring myself to like the exposed riveting, and also just how impractical it becomes instantly. Well, how do you take that into any driveways at all? You have no ground clearance, and I know that it still has a suspension lifter on it, but you lower it and you extend the splitter so far out that it's like your clearance with the lifter up on this is now lower than it used to be with the lifter down. And they're low cars. How do I mean, I guess you are just gonna live with scraping on everything, and that's a bummer. And then let's just add insult to injury. And I would honestly, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's someone who is a founder of Supreme, but no, it's also Supreme and Louis Vuitton all in one. Why? Why did you do that? There's also the dude who had the Louis Vuitton wrap on his Bentley at the old condo place I lived, and no, why were you like, oh yeah, let me just combine two brands and put them on top of each other, because fashion kind of hurts. This ruined my day. I thought from the thumbnail it actually was supposed to have a face on it. Doesn't it look like it's a face in the thumbnail? And yes, I know a lot of cars kind of look like they have the face thing, but this really looks like a face. Looks like a fish. Also, is there exhaust coming out of the front of the car? Is it like breathing fire? Is that the idea here? Or is that some kind of weird air intake? Hey, you know what? At the very least, I was saying I wasn't a fan of the exposed riveting on the Liberty Walk wide bodies. At least this makes Liberty Walk look glorious. This little archway back here, it kind of looks like you took something off of a piece off of a kiddie pool and you stuck it on. Something like that, and I just don't know what this is. Why is that part there? That little trapezoid. I don't know why. What's it doing? What did this start off life as? Like a Nissan 300? Yeah, man. Hey, if you wanted to make it look like your car has a face, then you executed that quite well. Eyes, nose, mouth, in need of dental work, but you know, I guess it is what it is. Alrighty then. That is the last month of Shitty Car Mods. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch other Shitty Car Mods videos or other Reddit videos in general. Subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, if you want to listen to the music playing in the background right now, it's like the outro over on the Marin Music channel. I'll see you next time.